Hi there, Bindu ma'am. This is Nadia from zenonco.io and Love Heals Cancer. We guide cancer patients on adopting an integrative oncological treatment approach. We help them find the balance between medical treatment and complementary treatment approaches. We help patients with our team of oncologists, lab experts, nutritionists, and other healthcare professionals so that the overall treatment outcome of the patient is at its best. As part of our entire celebrating the fact that we do this campaign, we also connect patients and caregivers and cancer warriors like yourself here today. We have Bindu ma'am to share her inspiring experience and inspiring story. I cannot wait to hear her. Over to you, ma'am. Please take it forward from here.
Thank you, Nadia. About my story, I would first like to tell I was a caregiver for my sister who suffered from breast cancer. And that experience really helped me to stay alive today. It was I didn't have children for many years, and then I got twins. And exactly after 1.5 years, I was diagnosed with this breast cancer. I only realized that my nipple had turned hard. And because of my sister's experience, I rushed to the doctor and started the procedure. In about 10 days, I was operated, and it's exactly 21 years today, 21st of October, 1999.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was operated. And then doctor, because there was a family history, strong history, he didn't want to take a chance. He said, I'll do a mastectomy. So we just agreed. And then I underwent, of course, the chemo and everything. That was so traumatizing because, first of all, children were born so late, and then twins, and then, the suffering. But still, I stood firm. I did not look back. I knew my children were being taken care by both my mother-in-law and my mother, and of course, all those things. But then I fought back. I was working for State Bank of Travancore. Then I thought I'll put in my papers because that was the time VRS was announced. So, but my doctor said, nothing doing. You have to keep going. You have to get ready and keep going to work every day. And that's how I withdrew my papers, and I continued working. Only the 10 days after chemo effect, I used to stay at home and back to work. My management was also so helpful. They used to tell me, come at any time, go at any time, do as much work as possible. And that kept me going. Believe me, I fought this disease, all the treatment and all for full 7 years. Full 7 years was not a short time. But I bounced back. And nobody realizes I have lovely long hair. And then suddenly all hair gone. So, then I was wearing a short wig, and everybody used to ask me, Are you cut your hair? I said, yeah, I cut my hair. And then I was not at all shy. I used to go in scarf. I used to just, people looked at me. I used to just tell them, yes, there is something wrong with me because no eyebrows, no eyelashes. So I was very bold about all these things. I used to tell them, yes, I'm going through something and it will be all right. I fought back, and then I was back on my feet. And nobody means when people see me also say, Lagta nahi, you have gone through all these things. I said, it need not be written on my forehead, but I have fought back bravely. So that's how I bounced back. Of course, with few problems like knee pain and all, it's not going to be with us forever. But otherwise, no issues at all. I am absolutely a normal person today. Nobody will ever know that I have ever been through such a vigorous treatment and, of course, suffering for such a long time. But during my office hours, in my office also, when a lot of people came to know about me, they used to come to me, Madam, aap itna strong hai, hamare kisi cousin ka ho gaya, aap humko help karo, ye karo. Through my office also, I used to go to Tata, help them out with their visit hospitals with them and all, I used to help them out. So my management also used to support me. If you're helping somebody, we are there with you. You can just carry on this work. And that's how I started counseling people also. Because I've always been a positive person. Nothing kept me back.
It really shows in the way you speak, ma'am. It really shows in the way you speak. There's so much of power in the way you're talking to me right now. So I can feel it all the way here. So yes, go on. Sorry, I cut you there.
No. So that's how I helped so many people, and they used to feel I'm God. I said, no, I'm only being a biomedia, and I'm getting your papers little ahead of time. And they're also so happy. And then my doctor had told me, Bindu, once you retire, you are joining Indian Cancer Society. You have to join, and do some work for Indian Cancer Society. That's how after retirement, I am with Indian Cancer Society in the rehab department and doing excellent work, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly, full satisfaction. I earlier did voluntarily, then they have absorbed me, and I enjoy every moment over there, being with the patients and little bit. Of course, I'm not a certified counselor, but I do a lot of counseling, and they're so happy with me, and I'm enjoying my work.
It's
So
just
even after
amazing.
retirement,
Sorry.
I am totally busy. When some of my friends tell me I'm getting bored, I said I have no time to get bored. Now in this full pandemic, also there was not a day when I didn't have work.
Oh
There was
my.
not a day when I didn't have work. There's so much work for these cancer patients now. I really enjoy, and we do processes for. In fact, we help the cancer patients to keep themselves busy and get processes made from them, and we pay them a little amount so that it motivates them and keeps them going to continue with their treatment. We deal basically with underprivileged class, so they are also happy, and we are also very happy. And Indian Cancer Society is very happy with the patients and with, of course, my work also. So it keeps us going.
Great, ma'am. It's so great how you've taken an experience that is in your life and made it so positive. You've taken
Yes.
it so positive. Nobody has to do that. No, not a lot of people have that effort and have that energy and strength to make it make a bad experience or whatever the experience was into something greater than themselves. And
Yeah.
I think that is exactly what you are doing here. People
Yes.
who are listening to you would be able to. Now if I was talking about it, I don't think they would listen to me as much as they would listen to you, because you have gone through it. You know
The minute
exactly
Yes,
what
the
it
minute they
is.
come to know that it has been so many years, they ask me, Madam, aapko kitna saal ho gaya? And when I tell them, they say, oh, they see so much hope in themselves. Yes, we can stay alive for enough, many years now. So, that gives them a lot of confidence. And I love to see that satisfaction on their face.
Yes, and it's just so beautiful that you are a living example for them.
Exactly.
So they are seeing you right in front of themselves. So they
Yes.
don't need any more proof.
They don't need any. That's absolutely right. Yeah. I tell them,
Yeah,
I said, do you even know what I've gone through? तो आप भी ठीक हो जाएंगे और आप भी अच्छे से जिंदगी बिताएंगे. So
exactly. Yeah,
that is the
coming to your story, ma'am. I want to know more about you. How did you take care of your sister, and how did that lead to your experience, ma'am? When it comes to your sister, what were her symptoms, and how did that happen?
actually her symptoms were there was a gland in the breast and it was so tiny. She went to the doctor. Of course, we go to the gynec. So she said her son was just born a few 3-4 years before. So the doctor said it could be a milk gland. And in 3 and 4 months, it became from a small seed, it became like a chiku size. And then, of course, they rushed. They did the operation in Indore. She lived in Indore. And then she was brought to Mumbai. We said, let's bring her to Mumbai. And then in Breach Candy, she took the treatment under Dr. Jassawala, she was. And she was quite okay for 6 months. And then how it started spreading, we really don't know. It went to the brain. And then 100 days in and out, I looked after her. 100 days. I just gave up my job. I took leave for 100 days. I went back to work only after 100 days. That's how every moment I lived with her. And that taught me how to handle my illness. Every step I knew what was going to happen. So that taught me to fight back. I knew what's going to happen. And more than the surgery, I was scared of chemo. Losing hair for a woman who's got such long hair, it was so frightening. But then after every chemo, it started growing, and I said, I got lovely hair after that. So that again was a positive thing. And from my sister only, I learned all these things. Of course, I was a caregiver for my mother-in-law, for my mother. I love means I used to tell them also, I love doing a nurse's job.
Nice.
So that's how I looked after them also. But by the grace of God, when I was not well, they all looked after me. So this
Wow.
family support was a big thing. The whole family was with me. And even after that, when you can't do so many things with your hand, the side that is affected, No problem in my house. Family support is really very good. Till date, they don't let me do a lot of things. So that is one big positive thing. Your family supporting you is a big thing.
Not a lot of us have that luxury, but for those who do, it's beautiful to see how the family comes together when a
Right? Yeah.
person is at such loggerheads in life. Everybody comes together and does their part, I feel.
Yeah.
It is a
And
team effort, ma'am.
it is. And my doctor was so good. He had instructed me so well that in 20 years, I've not had the lymphedema problem at all. He had instructed me so well. Don't do this. So many do's and don'ts he had told me, and I followed them. And when I see patients coming after 2 months with swollen hand, I tell them, what's wrong with you all? So they were not there. Of course, see, when there's a massive flow in the hospitals, for me, it was in a private hospital. My one-to-one doctor advice. It helped me. And till date, I don't have a lymphedema problem at all. So that also makes a lot of difference.
Yes, that also does. Ma'am, coming to your treatment, you said you've taken part of chemo. Do tell us about how you went through chemo and how they took care of you at the hospital, ma'am.
Chemo, first of all, when my doctor told me that I'm going to give you an injection which is costing 60,000 rupees 20 years before, it was such a big amount. That itself, I said, I don't want, just leave me alone. Said nothing doing. So I was taking a very heavy injection. So then, of course, because my children were small, my doctor was also very cooperative and used to let me go off and on. And I was taking care at home after the chemo. So, but then I did not require radiation. I took 6 chemos, and fortunately, all my cycles were on time. All my cycles were on time. So, in my third chemo, I did suffer, but then it was okay. I just got back on my feet, and my cycles went on properly, and I completed my chemo in 6 months.
Right,
And
ma'am.
then I was okay.
Right. How did your family take the whole information? How did they help you cope?
Everybody was shattered because, first of all, my mother knew she had already lost one daughter, and the second one is in line. Means my husband was also shattered because kids were just born, and that also twins, and in that one girl, one boy, that happiness was so much. In that happiness, we were suddenly slapped. Yes, come back to ground level. So everybody supported quite a lot. Everybody. I can't blame anyone that this one didn't care for me or that one didn't care for me. Everybody's support was there. By turns they took and they helped me out.
Amazing. That is so great to even hear. Even hearing the fact that everybody was there. They did their part.
Everybody was there.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had just given birth to your twins, and you told me you had already gone through one set of hospital visits, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then next set of hospital visits.
But that joyous one, and this was like I was just telling somebody, I said, God just slapped me and reminded me, hey, you don't forget. Just because the kids are born and you are just lost in your happiness, better remember that I'm there. So that's why he slapped me and got me to ground level. Yes, please remember me. So must thank God every day.
Yes, must. You speak with so much of gratitude. Even while you're talking, you speak with so much of gratitude in your voice. Ma'am, coming to self detection and early examination, um, how much is that important in your life? Because if you hadn't detected the breast cancer on your own, I don't think nobody even would have known such a situation. How much stress on the importance of self detection?
It's very, very important. I was just having a bath and I felt my nipple was hard. That was the only thing which made me realize. It could be anything, but I knew it was same thing. So that's how I rushed. And then after that, I've been telling each and everyone whom I know, unknown people also, please do breast examination. Please, it can be done at home. And whether you like it or no, just do it. And let's detect it much before time. So it really helps. Self-examination has to be done. It's very helpful.
Yes, ma'am. Even talking about you as a caregiver, ma'am, how did your sister? How were you taking care of your sister as part of your caregiving process?
However, once it was detected that she's got a brain tumor, then it was quite miserable. She wouldn't know, and she would confide till she was in her good senses. She would confide everything in me, and then afterwards also looking after her. Like suddenly the BP used to shoot up, and she used to throw up. All these things were there. So day and night I used to be there. I did not come home also. I was unmarried at that time, so I could look after her every moment. That helped me. So even though her husband was there, but we were very close to each other. So everything she would tell me, she would just, even in radiation, I used to go with her, and those people used to tell me, please don't enter, madam, you're not married, you're not supposed to enter the radiation, even those areas are not good for you. But she used to just hold my hand and say, don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. I used to tell her, yes, I'm with you, not to worry. So that's how I was
Yes.
with her.
And it gave you the ample information and the ample experience to examine yourself, is what you
Exactly.
were saying.
Yes, yes.
This is why the early you were able to get
Right. Yeah.
those symptoms. You saw the symptoms, you were able to detect it sooner, and you were able to go
Exactly,
to the
yes.
hospital.
And the minute I came to know on 12th of October and 21st, I was operated. Imagine in 10 days, everything was done. In 10 days, I did not waste a minute in thinking. It was only those 10 days doctor needed because it was Navratri time.
Right.
So
And
that's it.
more than this experience, I feel you had grown as a person now as well while taking care of your sister as a caregiver, because that changes you. It tends to give you an experience, because many a time people only concentrate on the patient. A lot of times the caregiver is not given importance. I mean, when the patient is going through what they're going through, it affects the caregiver as well.
Yes,
Right?
it had affected me so much that, you know, even one chapati I couldn't eat, it wouldn't go down my throat. In a phone ring, I used to shatter. Oh my God. Suppose by chance, if I've come home and the phone has rung, I used to shatter. It's from the hospital. What do I do? It was that much. I was deeply involved with her, and everything, talking to the doctor, going along with her, everything was my work. So that really helped me, and it gave me so much of experience. And that's how I can face everything today. I've become a stronger person.
This is so beautiful, ma'am, because I too have an elder sister, and it I can really, like, I can see
Relate.
myself. Yeah, I can relate a lot to it because I see her as well like that.
Yeah, she was my pillar. My sister was my pillar. And believe me, after she died, only I thought of getting married. I never wanted to get married. I missed her so much that I decided, yes, now I have to get married because I don't have anybody to be with.
Right, right. I understand, ma'am. It's such a beautiful bond. I completely agree.
Yeah. Now, if you have more questions, you can ask me.
I do have a lot of questions coming by, ma'am. Talking about your lifestyle, coming to your cancer, how was your lifestyle before you got the breast cancer, and how has it changed afterwards?
Nothing much changed. My one breast missing did not bother me at all. And as such, nothing changed in my life. My work continued. My social life also continued after I had done with all my this thing. Social life continued. My relatives and everybody like coming, going. I bond very well with both the sides of my family. So as such, nothing changed in my life.
Ma'am, diet wise?
Diet wise, I've always been a vegetarian and not a very fussy eater, and I love my vegetarian food. So of course, I don't like a lot of masalas. I eat very simple food.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm an absolutely simple, what to say, simple food. I eat dal, chawal, sabji, roti. That's it.
Yeah, ma'am.
So
The alternative treatment you had thought about while you were going through your treatment?
yes, you go crazy now when you hear this. Okay, that will cure you. This will cure you. So somebody came up with an Ayurvedic kada. That also I had. Somebody came with homeopathy. Of course, homeopathy I didn't take because because there are a lot of restrictions.
Yes.
And plus, what you want at that time is quick relief. So only allopathy actually helps at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
So I did take Ayurvedic, but basically my main treatment was all allopathy only.
Yes, ma'am. Everything else was allopathy. And the doctors and the caregivers were also very, very cooperative with you in the hospital.
My doctor was so cooperative that if I called him at 7 in the morning, he would pick up the phone. 11 in the morning, he would pick up the phone. There was never a time when he didn't answer my call. That was the relationship I shared with my doctor. And that's really, really so satisfying. I can't tell you, you know.
You have complete, utter belief in him.
Utter belief in him, yes.
Yeah. This is, again, a very nice thing to have. We have absolute trust in him, and it allows him to take care of you in a better way. Yes, ma'am. Coming to my next question, ma'am. What was your reaction when you finally got the reports and they said, okay, now Binduji is cancer free?
Oh my God, I was shattered. Shattered means not the word. I thought my world had come to an end. I did not even look back at my kids. I said, they will grow up on their own. Just
Ma'am,
let me fight my disease.
Said cancer free.
Oh, cancer free.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was in tears and tears and tears. Even that I could not take it, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that, yes.
And you said 7 years is a very long time.
7 years in the sense, of course, all that tamoxifen, and then doctor gave me some other medicines because of which some bones are affected and all. But then he said, never in your lifetime will you ever have this. Because of strong history, I'm giving you these medicines. And I believed him out and out, and I took the medicines. And that's how those 7 years were there. It was not that continuously. Of course, every time going for the test and then waiting for the results outside the path lab, and then, oh my God, it used to be like, what's going to come out, what's going to come out. So that
much
fear
of
used
tension.
to always, too much of tension. So that's it. But when I was told, okay, yes, now you're absolutely free, that was another beginning for me in life. Yes, let me get back to my original stuff.
Wow.
Nothing stopped me. Nothing.
Yeah.
Even these pains and aches and all, they are nothing. All that, I'm having a happy life, doing everything that's required. My age doesn't come in my way.
That is how one should be, I believe. So, ma'am, coming to my final question, what is your message out there to everybody watching this video? Caregivers, patients, survivors, everybody watching this video, what are the words of wisdom you have to give them as a message?
As a message, I would say the very word cancer is scary, but cancer is curable if detected early. One should look at it positively and go for a treatment as early as possible instead of hiding from it. Just help out yourself and get cured. Cancer is curable. Yes. That is the message I would like to give. So don't worry about the word cancer. The C is not at all scary. Everything is curable at now. In fact, in nowadays, even third and fourth stage people are getting cured. So one should not worry after hearing the name कि अभी cancer हो गया, अभी हमारा जिंदगी खत्म. No, it is not like that.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. That is
that
the
okay?
Yes, that is the message we are trying to put forward to everybody out there watching this. And as part of zenonco.io, ma'am, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think of institutes like us who work for cancer patients like this?
Actually, whoever is doing work for cancer, was,
sorry, ma'am, I couldn't hear you.
I admire, yeah. I said anybody doing work for cancer people, I really admire because, you know, so much of involvement is required. And when you do it as a passion, it is really, really, what to say, loving, caring, and all those things are really required for cancer patients. And
yes, ma'am. So you were saying?
I mean, I admire the people who do so much work for cancer patients, because cancer patients not only need treatment, medicinal treatment, but they need so much of your moral support and love, of course, because a lot of these underprivileged feel that once you are detected with cancer means their life is over. So many of them are just thrown out of the house, and like husbands just ignore them. And so we, even at ICS, we give them so much of support and make them stronger and feel okay, this, you are not unwanted. You can lead a normal life once you are okay. So we help them fighting out the disease, taking treatment, and if financial help is required, also we do give them, and we see to it that they're back in the mainstream line, and make them do some work which they can go back in the mainstream and earn a livelihood for themselves, so that they are on their feet again.
Brilliant, ma'am. Brilliant. It is. You were saying, ma'am?
I said that is why I love, means whenever I hear from anybody they are doing work for cancer people, I just admire and appreciate everybody.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. That means so much coming from you, It means a big deal to us. Thank you so much, Bindu, ma'am. Thank you so much for being on this session here with us today, taking the time out from, you have had such a busy day today. I know in between that you have taken the time out to talk to us. It is a big thing for us. On behalf of zenonco.io and Love Heals Cancer, I want to thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a lot for talking to us. You have had such an inspiring journey. I'm inspired so much by the way you are right now. Keep on inspiring all of us. Keep on inspiring all of us with what you do. And it's just beautiful to see the person that it is, this experience has become, made you today. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a
much,
lot.
Nadia. Lovely talking to you.
It has been a pleasure, ma'am, for me as well. Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Have a great day ahead. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wish you the same. Bye.
You too, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye.